In this video we are going to study about law of sine, and law of sine is the relation between the sides and the sine of that angle. A over sine A, B over sine B, and C over sine A in the triangle A over sine A, opposite of the angle here it is, and sine A is going to be, or B over sine B, B over sine B, and this is related with the same, at the same time, circumscribed circle. The radius of the 2 times of the radius of the circumscribed of angle is equal to this ratios, which is C over sine C is going to be. With respect to this formula, we are going to find the sides of the triangle. In a triangle, MA is equal to 30 degrees and the length of the side A is 8. Find the area of the circumscribed circle of ABC. I didn't draw the figure, but here there is already the figure here we have. And if we show the figure, it's going to be in this form. And we are looking for the radius firstly, because the formula says sine over actually A over sine A is equal to B over sine B, and A over sine A is equal to B over sine B is equal to C over sine C is going to be, and that's equal to 2r if you remember. And here A is given and sine A is given, that's 30 degrees. Sine 30 is given to us, and to find the radius, because for the area the formula is equal to pi r square it was, and actually this is here pi r square, like if you write the r like this, pi r square is going to be. Okay, then A is equal to 8 and sine A is equal to sine 30 is equal to 2r is going to be. If you remember, sine 30 is equal to 1 over 2 when you count with your finger. 8 over 1 over 2 is going to be equal to 2r. Here this is going to be 8 times 2 because you're going to turn and multiply, and 8 times 2 is equal to 2r, and 2 and 2 if you simplify, r is equal to 8. It means that here the radius is equal to r is equal to 8. If r is equal to 8, the area of the circumscribed circle, is equal to pi r squared. It's going to be, that's equal to pi 8 squared, and the result is going to be 64 pi. Okay, in this question directly we are going to use the sine alpha theorem. Here the sides are, one of the sides is not given, 2 angles are given here, and you need to be careful about not to confuse with the cosine theorem, because in cosine theorem 1 angle and the sides around the angle, adjacent sides of the angles are given. Here there are 2 angles and opposite of them they are given. If we write the ratios, 4 over, or let's do like this, A over sine of A, which is not needed in this question, A over sine of A is equal to B over sine of B, and it's equal to C over sine of C. And here the radius is not important for us, only B and C sides are given. And B is here, the length B unknown, and sine B sine 45 it's going to be, and C is equal to 4, and the sine of C is sine 30 is going to be. So B over 1 over 2, B over 1 over 2 is going to be equal to 4 over sine 45 is root 2 over 2 is going to be root 2 over 2. Sine 30 is equal to 1 over 2. Root 2 over 2 is equal to 4 over 1 over 2 is going to be. So if we write this one, 2b over root 2 is equal to 4 times 2, which is equal to 8 is going to be. 8 is going to be. So 2b is equal to 8 root 2 is going to be. You're going to multiply this one. And b is equal to 8 root 2 over 2, which is equal to 4 root of 2 is going to be. And b is equal to 4 root 2, we are going to say. Okay, here different type of example we have. Firstly, I need to show this one to you. In this question, they are asking find the length of CD, but CD is not part of the here one angle it is given, but the CD, opposite of CD, the angle is this one, and sine of this one we don't know, and we need to find firstly that one, which is, let's say, in the triangle in a CD triangle. Here this is A, this is C, and this is D. In triangle ACD is the sine theorem is going to be A over sine A, sine alpha, is equal to opposite of CAD here, B over sine, not B, we can say AD, the side is here, this one is, we can say C, this one is A, and this is the D, and A over sine alpha is equal to C over sine C, and here the last one is D over which is 8 over sine 120 is going to be, which is sine D. Sine D is going to be. Here we don't have any operation with C. Alpha I need to find, and sine D I need to find here. A it is not given. A we don't know what is the value of it, and A over sine alpha is D is equal to 8 over sine 120. As you see here, there are two unknown terms for us, because A is not known, sine alpha is not known. It seems like that, but actually sine alpha is given in this question. How? Here the triangle is the sides are 8, 6, and this is 90 degree at the same time. At the same time, this is 90 degree. This angle is 90 degree. This side is 8. This side is 6. So this is the angle alpha. So this angle alpha is in the right triangle. And by Pythagorean theorem, if I say this length is equal to x squared is equal to 6 squared plus 8 squared, it's going to be x squared is equal to 36 plus 64 is going to be x squared is equal to 100. And then x is equal to 10 it's going to be. So I can easily find sine alpha, because if x is equal to 10, sine alpha is equal to 6 over 10 it's going to be, which is equal to 3 over 5, because this one both divisible by 2. Okay, so it's going to be equal to 3 over 5. And the second part, I need to find sine 120, because now I know I know sine alpha, which is 3 over 5, but I don't know what is sine 120, because 120 is not special angle for us except reduction formulas. Sine 120 can be written as sine 180 minus 60. When you use in your formula 180, you don't need to change, so it's going to be equal to sine 60 again. And if sine 60 it is equal to sine 60, sine 120 is equal to root 3 over 2 is going to be, because sine 120 is going to be that one. So a over 3 over 5 is equal to 8 over root 3 over 2 it's going to be. And here it's going to be equal to, when you switch and multiply, this equation is going to be equal to 5a over 3 is equal to 5 over 3 is equal to 2 times 8 over root 3 is going to be. And here, when you send to the other side a, and this one goes down, a is going to be equal to 3 times 2, 6 times 8 is going to be 48 over 5 root 3. If you multiply by root 3, 48 root 3 over 5 root 3 times root 3, this is going to be 48 root 3 over 5 times 3. When you simplify, 16 root 3 over 5 is going to be. So a is equal to 16 root 3 over 5 is going to be. In this question we are going to find tangent alpha, and the question is not asking directly sine alpha, but we are going to use sine formula again. Here in the triangle ABC, a over sine a over sine a is going to be equal to b over sine b is going to be equal to c over sine c also. Here the problem is we have theta and 90 plus theta, and the side b and c, so we don't have an operation with a, and b is sine b. 4 over sine theta is equal to c over 8 over sine 90 plus theta, which is equal to, you know, sine pi over 2 plus alpha is equal to cosine alpha is going to be, and it is in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, sine is positive, so this is going to be 4 over sine theta is equal to 8 over cosine theta is going to be. Okay, now we know that tangent theta is equal to sine theta over cosine theta. So I'm going to replace only these two. To find the sine over cosine, which is going to be 4 over 8 is going to be equal to sine theta over cosine theta. You know, from the ratios and proportion, it's possible to replace like that, and then it's going to be equal to 1 over 2 is going to be equal to sine theta over cosine theta is equal to tangent of theta. Actually the question is asking also tangent theta, which is equal to 1 over 2.